Hi everyone, this is Sarah, the Catholic Homemaker. Today I wanted to talk to you about how I've been preventing stretch marks this pregnancy and what I've done in the past. First of all, welcome to my channel, and I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already so we can continue to grow this community. Also hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, share it, comment below. I would love to hear what you have done to prevent stretch marks while pregnant or at other times. So what I have been doing this pregnancy that has been different from others is that I've been consistent about moisturizing my belly. And I've been mostly just using tallow balm, my homemade tallow balm. This is a recipe I came up with recently for honey tallow balm, so check that out. That was my video from the previous week. And a lot of times I put my calendula tallow balm in here, and I just infuse the tallow balm with calendula flowers. So I know calendula is healing for the skin as well, so that could be a factor that's been helping me. In the past, I didn't really start moisturizing my belly until it was kind of too late, until like maybe 6 or 7 months. And that was usually around the time where I would start to get stretch marks. I got stretch marks pretty bad my first pregnancy. I thought I wasn't going to get them, but don't be fooled if you don't get them right away. Because it wasn't until about 6 or 7 months that my belly was like normal skin looking. And then bam, 6, 7 months, I had all these like red lines going down my belly everywhere. And they lasted for years. I still have some marks now from that. They have faded a lot, but some of the deeper ones are still there. They're like mostly faded, but you can still see them. So the remaining stretch marks that I have are mostly from my first pregnancy. Now, my second one, I had a miscarriage, so I didn't really have any new stretch marks. It was kind of too early on for me, but prior to the miscarriage is when I started to do the mega doses of vitamin C in my diet. And I've been doing that for almost 4 years now, I think it's been 4 years actually. And I'm like way down in my dosage from where I was when I started. When you're pregnant, you typically need higher doses of vitamin C than when you're not pregnant. And if you're not familiar, I will link to my vitamin C videos where I talk about the research of Dr. Fred Klenner and how he researched mega doses of vitamin C with pregnant women. It's really fascinating stuff, and I totally credit the change in my pregnancy the third time around and birth the last time, like just the amazing results I had to the mega doses of vitamin C. So I've been consistently taking higher doses of vitamin C for the past 4 years. And yeah, I don't have enough time to talk about everything that I experienced with my last birth, but it was really incredible. So I encourage you to check it out yourself. And I do link to the research in at least one of the videos. So, well, let's talk about the stretch marks. So in Dr. Fred Klenner's research, he did 5 grams of vitamin C in the first trimester with his pregnant women, and then in the second trimester they all took 10 grams a day, or that's 10,000 milligrams a day. In the third trimester, 15,000 milligrams a day. I was never able to get up to that much a day. The most I was able to get up to was 9,000 or 9 grams a day, unless I was sick. If I was sick, I could do more than that. But when you're sick, you typically need more. So with his research, he didn't see stretch marks in the women that were taking the mega doses of vitamin C, which was really encouraging and fascinating to me. So I noticed with my last pregnancy that I didn't really get any new stretch marks. They were kind of fading from before, from when I wasn't pregnant. When I'm not pregnant and taking the vitamin C, I notice that my stretch marks fade more, especially when I have been sick. I've noticed that they fade even more because I'm taking higher amounts of vitamin C. So vitamin C is really great for your skin elasticity. So that totally makes sense why it would help with that. And this pregnancy, this past one, has been really interesting to me for the vitamin C because I can no longer take nearly that much vitamin C. I'm actually down to 1,000 milligrams a day, which is really low for me, and it'll be interesting to see what actually happens as a result of that. But my theory is just that I have been taking it long enough that I'm either very efficient at processing vitamin C, or I just have enough stores of it that I can't really handle any more of it. I would love to hear if anybody knows any more about that, why your body might stop needing as much vitamin C. So I also get smaller amounts in my diet, of course, from eating citrus or peppers, just other foods with vitamin C in them. So in a nutshell, that's my second point, is that mega doses of vitamin C definitely help to prevent and even treat stretch marks. The research supports that. Also, taking collagen or consuming collagen in your diet can really help with your skin elasticity as well and preventing stretch marks. I have friends who have taken collagen and they don't get stretch marks. I do try to put as much bone broth in my diet as I can. Now, I have heard that meat stock, that's not bone broth, but made from like meaty bones or like just meat, has the most collagen in it. So if you're making a whole chicken and you're putting a bunch of water around it, that broth is the meat stock. And if you're consuming that on a regular basis, you're getting a lot of collagen in your diet. Or you can take a collagen supplement. I like to take Perfect supplements. They are an affiliate of mine, so if you want a discount code, it's Health by Sarah. I think it's, I'll link to it below. It's Health by Sarah 10 maybe, or 15, I can't remember off the top of my head. But they're a really great brand because they test for glyphosate and they are glyphosate free. They can't find any residue in their testing. So if you're interested in that, I will include my link to that. My final point is drinking enough water. Because I was talking to a friend of mine who is a chiropractor, and I was like, how do you prevent stretch marks? How do you treat them? And the first question she asked me, she's like, are you drinking enough water a day? I'm like, I don't know. And she said, are you drinking at least 100 ounces of water a day? I'm like, definitely not. I still am not. I find it very hard to reach that level. And I've actually included me drinking raw milk twice a day in that, because I drink about 32 ounces total a day, which is a quart. So 2 tall glasses a day, of raw milk. So that would be included in my 100 ounces because it's not dehydrating. And I guess depending on other beverages, they could count to that as long as they're not dehydrating. So I think if you were drinking bone broth, that could also count towards that. But if you were drinking tea, a caffeinated tea or kombucha, typically that wouldn't count towards that because it can dehydrate you. So I have been drinking a lot more water this pregnancy than other pregnancies because I've been trying to shoot for that higher number. I hope you found this to be helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other ideas and if you have any thoughts on any of the things I said below about vitamin C or anything else. I would love to hear it. I hope you have a wonderful week, and may God bless you and your family.